freshwater ecosystems are the lifeblood of our world, home to an astonishing array of life. Each river, lake, and marsh is a vibrant community brimming with life and mysteries. These waters are not just beautiful, they're crucial for the survival of countless species, including our beloved Pokemon. The serene beauty of these waters creates an atmosphere of peace and tranquility. The gentle flow of rivers, the quiet lapping of waves on lake shores, and the soft rustling of reeds in marshes provide a soothing backdrop, reminding us of nature's gentle rhythm.
But can they survive a Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlocke? In a Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlocke, any Pokemon that faints are banished from the team, and you can only catch the first Pokemon you've encountered in each area. No overleveling of the next gym leader's ace Pokemon, no healing items, battle is always on set mode, and Mega Evolution is only allowed if my opponent uses Mega Evolution. In this challenge, our encounters are strictly with Pokemon that inhibits the fresh water. Any Pokemon capable of thriving in both fresh and salt water is not eligible. Our adventure begins with us stepping into the shoes of Zeb Hogan, the renowned host of the popular Nat Geo show Monster Fish. I used to watch this show when I was a kid. Our first challenge is to rescue Professor Birch, who is being chased by an angry puppy. To confront this feisty puppy, we will choose our starter Pokemon, Mudkip. After saving the professor, we decide to name our Mudkip Sinigang, with a not-so-good rash nature which increases special attack and decreases special defense. Let's talk about Mudkip. Mudkip is a fascinating creature, to all of us known as a mudskipper, a fish capable of walking on dry land. In my research, I discovered that mudskippers do not live in fresh water. Instead, they inhabit brackish waters. What do you mean by brackish waters? Brackish waters are environments where the salinity levels are between those of seawater and fresh water. According to our rules, Mudkip is not eligible. However, to justify using Mudkip, the Pokédex entries describe Mudkip as a mudfish, rather than a mudskipper. And mudfish are known to live entirely in fresh waters. After defeating our rival May by spamming Tackle, we move on to Route 102 for our first encounter, a Lotad. I named her Tinola, with a hasty nature, boosting her speed while reducing defense. With a level cap of 14, we can evolve Tinola the Lotad into a Lombre. On my way to Rustboro City, we faced our first gym challenge against Roxanne and her team of rock Pokemon. Roxanne started with Geodude, and I sent out Tinola. Tinola hit the Geodude with a quad-effective bubble, but Geodude's sturdy ability left it with 1 health. Geodude slowed Tinola down with a Rock Tomb. Roxanne healed her Geodude with a potion, but Tinola's Absorb destroys the living rock. Roxanne then sent out her ace Pokemon, Nosepass. Tinola outspeeds and uses Growl, but Nosepass hits back with Rock Tomb, reducing Tinola's speed again. Tinola still managed to hit Nosepass with Absorb for a decent damage. Nosepass' next Rock Tomb was a critical hit, making Tinola very slow and dropping her health to yellow. It also triggers her Oron Berry. I switched to Sinigang and Nosepass meets its Rock Tomb. The Sinigang used Mud Slap to lower Nosepass's accuracy, and Nosepass missed another Rock Tomb, thanks to Mud Slap. After another Mud Slap, Rock Tomb connects, but did minimal damage. Nosepass is now faster, hitting Sinigang with Tackle, while we continued with Mud Slap. Nosepass missed its next Tackle, and we finished the battle with a stab super effective Water Gun from Sinigang, securing our first gym badge. We now head to Dewford Town to meet a fisherman who gives us an old rod. We travel back to Petalburg City to find our second Pokemon. There, we catch a Goldeen and name her Escabeche. Escabeche has a sassy nature, plus special defense and minus speed. With the level cap raised to 16, we can now evolve Sinigang into a Marshtomp. Upon returning to Dewford Town, we face Gym Leader Broly and his team of fighting Pokemon. Sinigang launched a one-shot, reducing Machop's health to the yellow. Machop countered with Leer, lowering Sinigang's defense. Sinigang launched another Mudshot to defeat Machop. Next, Broly sent out his ace Pokemon, Makuhita. With another Mudshot from Sinigang proved to be effective again, causing decent damage to Makuhita, while also lowering its speed. Makuhita attempted to gain the upper hand with the bulk up. Our strategy remains unaffected as Mudshot is a special attack. With a lucky high roll Mudshot from Sinigang, clinched the victory for us, securing our second gym badge. Continuing on to Slateport City, we met a guy named Archie who lectures us about the sea and how it is important to the world. Moving on to our journey, we humiliated this guy who thinks he's John Cena. We also stole his belt. Crossing this path, we encountered our rival May. Since the start of the run, I've been wary of this battle. May has a quick Grovyle with Mega Drain, and even though Tinola can handle the Mega Drain, Grovyle's Fury Cutter is another threat. The battle starts with May sending out her Slugma, and I go with Tinola. Tinola uses Bubble twice and easily takes out Slugma. Next, she sends out her ace Pokemon, Grovyle. Tinola hits it with a super effective Oran Berry powered natural gift that turns it into a poison type attack with an 80 base power. It reduces Grovyle's health to the yellow, but Tinola gets hit by Pursuit. Without effective moves against Grovyle, I switched to Escabeche, though Tinola still got hit by a Pursuit. I had boosted Escabeche's special defense to deal with Mega Drain, but Grovyle uses Fury Cutter instead. I was ready for the worst, but luck was on our side. Escabeche lands with an Expert Belt powered super effective Peck on Grovyle, finishing the potential threat to our Nuzlocke run. May's last Pokemon, Wailmer, which is no match for Sinigang, who takes it down with a Mudshot. Now that's out of the way. It's time for the third gym battle against Watson and his electric type Pokemon. I start with Sinigang against his Magnemite. Sinigang uses Water Gun to bypass Magnemite's sturdy ability, and Magnemite's Tackle tickles Sinigang. With a super quad effective Mudshot from Sinigang, defeats Magnemite. Next is Ace Pokemon, Magneton. Magneton is faster and confuses Sinigang with Supersonic, leading Sinigang to hit himself due to the confusion. However, after a Magnet Bomb from Magneton, Sinigang snaps out of confusion and uses Mudshot to finish it off. Watson's last Pokemon, Voltorb, enters the battle, but it's no match for Sinigang. A couple of Mudshots from Sinigang ends the battle, granting us an easy win and claiming our third gym badge. On Route 117, we encountered a Marill, which we named Menudo. Menudo the Marill has a quiet nature, boosting its special attack while reducing its speed. Menudo evolved into an Azumarill at level 19. On Route 114, we had a chance to encounter either a Barboach or a Surskit. Since we don't have a good rod yet, I aimed for the elusive 1% encounter rate for Surskit. After watching 2 hours of YouTube, we finally caught a Surskit, and I named her Sisig. With the right level cap, Sisig evolves into a Masquerain. You might be wondering why Masquerain is part of the team. Well, in any Pokemon game, this Pokemon is typically found in the bodies of fresh water. And since our rule is to catch Pokemon that inhibits freshwater environments, Masquerain naturally fits. Moving on to Meteorite Falls, we teamed up with our rival May for a double battle against Shelly and a Grunt, which we successfully defeated. At the top of Mount Chimney, we faced off against Archie, the leader of Team Aqua. He starts with Mightyena, and I choose Sinigang. Mightyena uses Swagger to confuse Sinigang, and Sinigang ends up hitting himself. I switch to Menudo, but Mightyena's roar brings out Sisig and Mightyena gets an Intimidate. Sisig gets confused by Swagger too, but she still manages to hit Mightyena with Air Cutter, taking its health down by half. After Sisig hits herself, Mightyena's roar pulls out Tinola. Tinola uses Fake Out to flinch Mightyena, and then finishes it with Bubble Beam. Archie sends out Golbat. I switch back to Sinigang, who takes an Air Cutter. Golbat confuses Sinigang, and he hits himself again. Sinigang stays strong, and tanks another Air Cutter, triggering his held Oran Berry. Defying the odds and not fearing the critical hit, I hanged on with Sinigang. He shakes off confusion and slows Golbat down with a Rock Tomb. Now Sinigang is faster, Sinigang lands another Rock Tomb to defeat the annoying bat. Archie's last Pokemon, Sharpedo, and then I switch to Menudo. Sharpedo hits it with Swagger. An Ice Fang from Sharpedo does minimal damage and flinches Menudo. Sharpedo misses a Scritch, and Menudo keeps hitting himself until his health drops to yellow. Menudo withstands more hits from Sharpedo, finally breaking free from confusion and lands a powerful +2 stab super effective play rough to win the battle. A lesson learned, always bring person berries. I still don't get it, why is she shouting? With all those out of the way, we're ready to face Flannery and her fire-type Pokemon. Flannery begins with her Slugma, and I lead with Sinigang, the Marsh Tongue. Sinigang uses Dig to go underground while Slugma attempts an overheat. Sinigang emerges and defeats Slugma with a single Dig. Flannery then sends out Numel. I opt for a Dig again, and Numel uses Sunny Day. But once again, Dig connects and Numel is defeated. Flannery's ace Pokemon Torkoal is next. Sinigang continues using Dig, bringing Torkoal's health down to the point where Flannery uses a healing potion. Eventually, Sinigang gets hit by a Sunny Day boosted overheat, causing decent damage. I then use Rock Slide, followed by another Dig, while Torkoal boosts its attack and defense with Curse. On the final turn, Sinigang hits Torkoal with Dig, and winning is our 4th gym badge. Heading back to Petalburg City to take on our father Norman and his team of normal-type Pokemon. Norman leads with the Slaking, and I start with Sisig to lower its attack using Intimidate. Then I switch to Menudo, while Slaking uses Yawn, thanks to its Truant ability, which makes a Pokemon slack off, allowing Menudo to hit it with a Rock Smash and lowering its defense. However, Menudo then falls asleep due to Yawn, but a Chesto Berry wakes him up. Slaking yawns again, and I hit it once more with Rock Smash. I switch back to Sisig for another Intimidate, and Slaking uses Yawn once again. Sisig uses Stun Spore to paralyze Slaking. I then switch back to Menudo. I land another Rock Smash and Slaking is paralyzed. I decide to boost Menudo's attack with Power Up Punch, bringing Slaking's health to the red. Norman uses a Hyper Potion, but I keep on with Power Up Punch, continuing to attack and keeping Slaking paralyzed. One final Power Up Punch takes down Slaking. Norman's next Pokemon, Vigoroth, and hits Menudo with a Retaliate. Retaliate increases its damage. If its allied Pokemon is taken down, Menudo stands and responds with a one-hit KO Power-Up Punch. The last Pokemon, another Slaking, comes out. I mistakenly thought Menudo could survive a Retaliate from Slaking, but I was wrong, and we suffer our first loss of the run. Farewell, Menudo. Not even a max EV-HP wasn't enough. Plan B commenced, I sent out Sinigang, seizing the perfect opportunity to use Dig during Slaking's Truant turns, ensuring that every alternate turn, Sinigang can safely hit with Dig. This strategy helped us defeat Norman and earn our 5th gym badge. I feel bad about what happened to Menudo in the fight. If I had switched to Sisig, Menudo might have survived by lowering Slaking's attack. But still, I'm grateful for Menudo's help. Moving forward, at Southern Island, we faced Team Aqua's admin Matt in a double battle. We managed to defeat them and gained a new partner, Latias. I named her Rubiana and placed her in the box because Latias is not a freshwater Pokemon. On Route 119 in the middle of the night, we went to catch our next Pokemon on this area, a Feebas. I used an old rod because if I had used a good rod, we might have ended up with a Carvana. We can't use Carvana's evolution, which is a Sharpedo, since it's mainly a sea-dwelling Pokemon. We caught a Feebas and named him Nilaga. Nilaga the Feebas has a neutral docile nature. Right from the beginning of the game, I gathered several Chesto and Oran berries, preparing to make blue Pokeblocks. These were essential for maximizing Nilaga's beauty, leading to his evolution into an elegant Milotic. We then fend off Team Aqua at the Weather Institute and once again cross paths with our rival May. May challenges us to a battle, and she begins with her Slugma. It's Nilaga's turn to shine and he quickly knocks out Slugma with a rain-boosted Surf. Next, May sends out her ace, Grovyle. Assuming for a Leaf Blade, I switch in Sisig to reduce its attack with Intimidate. Grovyle's Leaf Blade isn't very effective as predicted. I accidentally use Stun Spore, which doesn't work on Grovyle, so it hits us back with a Slam. Then, Grovyle makes a dumb mistake of using Leaf Blade again, and Sisig takes it down with a super effective stab-boosted Air Cutter. For our last Pokemon, May brings out Wheelmer. I switch to Tinola, who resists Wheelmer's Water Pulse. Then Tinola's Rain Dish kicks in to make a small HP recovery. I start with a Fake Out to flinch Wheelmer, followed by 2 Uproars, and that wraps up the battle. Now that we've reached the level cap of 35, our Goldeen Escabeche is ready to evolve into a Seaking. Interestingly, despite its title Seaking, Sisig actually thrives in freshwater environments. I think it should be renamed as the River King.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
We finally reach Fortree City to challenge Winona and her team of flying-type Pokemon. Winona opens with Swellow, so I bring out Sisig to reduce its attack with Intimidate. Though I'm ready for an aerial ace, Swellow opts for a double team instead. Sisig manages to land a Stun Spore, paralyzing Swellow. Next, I switched in Escabeche, who faces Swellow's aerial ace. Escabeche's Waterfall deals significant damage, and Swellow ends up paralyzed. After Winona uses a Hyper Potion on Swellow, Escabeche goes for a Horn attack, and one last Waterfall destroys Swellow. Then comes Winona's ace, Altaria. I switch to Tinola, and Altaria uses Cotton Guard to boost its defense. Tinola uses Fake Out to flinch Altaria. Tinola tries her secret weapon, a natural gift with an Aspir Berry, because it turns it into an Ice-type attack with an 80 base power. Which I thought would be highly effective. What a scam of a century. Altaria then retaliates with a Dragon Breath. After the failed attempt, I switched to Sisig to reduce Altaria's attack, but Altaria healed itself with the Roost. Altaria was faster and hit Sisig with a Dragon Breath, paralyzing her. However, Sisig managed to paralyze Altaria too with Stun Spore. Altaria stays paralyzed, Sisig hit it with an Air Cutter. Altaria kept using Roost and eventually Sisig's health dropped to yellow after another Dragon Breath. I then switched to Tinola for a quick Fake Out. After that, I brought Sisig back for another Intimidate, but she got hit by Dragon Breath again. I decided to try stalling with Escabeche, hoping Altaria's Roost would run out. Surprisingly, as I kept attacking with Horn Attack, Altaria frequently got paralyzed. When Escabeche's health also dropped to yellow, I switched to Nilaga, who I remembered had Dragon Tail. Nilaga took a Dragon Breath without much trouble. Next, Altaria gets paralyzed, but my Dragon Tail from Nilaga misses. Again, Altaria is paralyzed and another Dragon Tail misses again. On the third try, Nilaga gets hit by Dragon Breath but finally lands Dragon Tail, sending out Winona's Pelipper. Nilaga uses Captivate to reduce Pelipper's special attack, but Pelipper hits with an Aerial Ace. After using Recover to heal, Nilaga faces another Aerial Ace from Pelipper. I then switch to Sinigang, who faces a failed Protect from Pelipper. Sinigang tries to stall with Protect. Pelipper blocks the next attack with Protect from Sinigang's Rock Slide. The following turn, Pelipper's Aerial Ace connects but Sinigang's Rock Slide does some good damage. Pelipper then uses Roost, healing himself. As Sinigang's next Rock Slide isn't as effective since Roost removes Pelipper's Flying type temporarily. So I switch tactics to Power Up Punch to boost Sinigang's attack. After a couple of turns of both sides using Protect, Pelipper hits Sinigang with an Aerial Ace, but Sinigang's final Rock Slide takes down Pelipper. Winona sends out her ace again, Altaria, which is no longer paralyzed thanks to its natural Cure ability. With Roost over, Altaria uses Cotton Guard, but Sinigang hits it with a Rock Slide. Next, Altaria's Dragon Breath lowers Sinigang's health to yellow, activating its Citrus Berry. Sinigang's second Rock Slide then successfully defeats Altaria. Winona's last Pokemon is Skarmory. It strikes with an Aerial Ace and Sinigang's Rock Slide misses. I switch to Nilaga and Skarmory's Sand Attack reduces our accuracy. This triggers Nilaga's competitive ability, boosting its special attack. Nilaga has run out of patience, so he decides to end it with a critical hit Surf, securing our 6th Gym Badge. As a bonus, he also evolves Sinigang into one of my favorite Pokemon, Swampert. In the Safari Zone, we catch our newest team member, a Psyduck, which we named Adobo. Adobo the Psyduck has a naive nature, meaning it's faster but less defensive. With some grinding and a bit of help from a lucky egg we stole from a Pelipper, we managed to evolve Adobo into a Golduck. We then get into Team Aqua shenanigans at Mount Pyre, and in Lily Cove City we met again with our rival May. May once again challenges us to another battle. She starts with Swellow and I use Nilaga. Swellow is faster and hits with an Aerial Ace, but the Surf knocks out Swellow in one go. May then sends out her ace, Sceptile. I switch to Sisig for the Intimidate effect, while Sceptile uses the tech. Sisig gets hit by a critical hit Slam, and Sisig responds with a stab super effective Air Slash, taking out Sceptile. Magcargo comes out, so I switch to Escabeche. Escabeche's Waterfall, being quite effective, quickly deals with Magcargo. May's last Pokemon, Wailord, comes in. I switch to Tinola, who quad resists a water spout. Tinola then uses Grass Knot. The heavier it gets, the powerful it becomes, effectively ending the battle and securing our victory. This will happen to you if you don't stay in school. We go up against the twin gym leaders, Lisa and Tate, who have Lunatone and Solrock as their Pokemon. I lead with Tinola and Ilaga. Together, they use a combined Surf attack which quickly takes out both Lunatone and Solrock, earning us our 7th gym badge with ease. Now that we have the Dive TM, we can grab this blue shard and trade it to the shard guy for a Water Stone. With this, we're able to evolve Tinola into a Ludicolo. We could have gotten a Water Stone earlier through Super Training, but that would have been a shortcut. Deep in the seafloor cavern, we come across Archie, who just beaten this nerd red-haired guy. Archie is about to awaken a super ancient Pokemon, with the power to engulf the world in seawater. Stopping him here and now is my duty. The battle starts with Mighty Enna against Sisig. Mighty Enna uses Taunt, but Sisig hits back with a stab super effective Bug Buzz. Then Archie sends out Muck. I switch to Sinigang, who dodges Muck's Screech and lands a knockout Earthquake. Next up is Archie's Crobat. Sinigang suffers from an acrobatics, doing a decent damage. I boost Sinigang's attack with Power Up Punch and then use Protect. Another acrobatics from Crobat brings Sinigang's health down to yellow, but a Rock Slide from Sinigang knocks it out. Last is Archie's ace, Sharpedo. Archie unleashes its Mega Evolved form, and I activated Sinigang's Mega Evolution as well, turning him into the Blue Incredible Hulk. At yellow health and not fearing the critical hit, Sinigang withstands a stab Strong Jaw powered crunch from Mega Sharpedo, leaving Sinigang's health down to the red. And Sinigang delivers a powerful Earthquake to win the battle. Archie successfully awakens the ancient Pokemon, causing chaos in Sootopolis City. We head to the city and met Team Aqua again. Shelly hands us an Aqua Suit, entrusting a 10-year-old kid with a dangerous task. Before taking on this dangerous job, we catch up with May, only to end up getting friend-zoned. In the Cave of Origins, we find Kyogre. Time to gear up our Aqua Suit as we dive into the deep ocean with Kyogre. I decided to use my Master Ball to catch Kyogre, thinking about becoming the next leader of Team Aqua and flooding the world with fresh water. All jokes aside, because it's time to face the last gym, Wallace and his team of water Pokemon. Wallace begins with Love Disc, and I send out Sisig. Love Disc is faster and hits it with Water Pulse, but Sisig's Bug Buzz almost takes it out, leaving it with just 1 HP. Wallace uses Hyper Potion on Love Disc, and Sisig's Stun Spore misses. Love Disc hits Sisig with another Water Pulse, but this time, Sisig's Bug Buzz finishes it off with a high damage roll. Next, Wallace sends out his strongest Pokemon, Milotic. I switch to Nilaga and it's a Milotic showdown. Nilaga lowers Milotic's special attack with a Captivate, while Milotic uses Hydro Pump. Nilaga uses Captivate again and Milotic goes for another Hydro Pump. Then I switch in Tinola, who easily resists Milotic's Hydro Pump. Tinola's Fake Out flinches Milotic, and 2 Grass Knots from Tinola are enough to defeat it. Tinola then sweeps the rest of Wallace's team with Grass Knot, earning us our final gym badge. Taking a break from these intense battles, I joined the Pokemon Beauty Contest in Lilycove City. Displaying Nilaga's beauty and elegance, he successfully won the beauty contest. Inside Victory Road, we come across our wannabe rival, Wally, who confidently declares that he is stronger than ever. The battle starts with Wally's Altaria and I choose Nilaga. Nilaga's Ice Beam is super effective against Altaria. Wally then sends out Roselia, but again, Nilaga's Ice Beam is too much for it. Next up is Magneton, so I switch to Sinigang. Magneton hits with Screech, lowering our defense, but Sinigang counters with Power Up Punch. Magneton tries a Flash Cannon next, but Sinigang's second Power Up Punch destroys Magneton. Wally sends out Delcatty, and I use Protect with Sinigang to check its move. I then switch back to Nilaga, who unfortunately falls asleep due to Delcatty's Sing. So I switch to Sisig, who sets up 5 Quiver Dances, boosting her stats. Sisig easily takes out Delcatty with Bug Buzz. Wally's final Pokemon is his ace, Gallade, which he Mega Evolves, and evolves into Mega Gallade. However, Sisig is jacked by 5 Quiver Dances, and it only needs 1 Bug Buzz to win the battle. Now entering the Pokemon League, and here is our team to face the Elite Four. Nilaga the Milotic, Tinola the Ludicolo, Adobo the Golduck, Escabeche the Seeking, Sisig the Masquerain, and Sinigang the Swampert. The first member of the Elite Four is the Prince of Darkness, Sydney, and his Dark-type Pokemon. Battle starts with his Mightyena, and you may think I went for Sisig. I realized Escabeche hasn't been in action lately, so I decided to let her lead. Escabeche uses agility to double her speed, and although Mightyena's swagger confuses her, a Person Berry quickly clears the confusion. Thanks to Swagger's attack boost, Escabeche takes down Mightyena with a powerful Mega Horn. Sydney then sends out Shiftry, but with a quad effective Mega Horn, destroys Shiftry in one hit. Next up is Cacturn, which initially blocks Mega Horn with Spiky Shield. However, on the next turn, Escabeche's Mega Horn connects and defeats Cacturn. The last two Pokemon fall to Mega Horn as well, securing our victory. The second Elite Four member, the native girl Phoebe and her Ghost-type Pokemon. She starts with Dusclops and has sent out Adobo. Adobo opens with Rain Dance, and Dusclops responds with Confuse Ray. Fortunately, Adobo's Person Berry clears the confusion. Adobo's next move is a rain-boosted Aqua Tail, almost knocking out Dusclops. Dusclops hits with the confusion again. I switch to Nilaga, while Phoebe heals Dusclops with a full restore. Nilaga then finishes Dusclops with a rain-boosted Surf. Phoebe sends out her ace, Dusknoir. Anticipating a Thunder Punch, I switch to Sinigang. Sinigang uses Earthquake while Dusknoir goes for Hex. Another Earthquake from Sinigang defeats Dusknoir. Sableye is next, but one Earthquake from Sinigang takes care of it. Then comes Bayonet, who uses Shadow Ball, but Sinigang's Earthquake is too much for it. Phoebe's last Bayonet tries to weaken us with Will-O-Wisp, but Sinigang's Earthquake still leaves it with low health even with the burn. I switch to Tinola, who finishes off Bayonet with a Scald. Next up is the Ice Cold Queen, Glacia, the master of Ice-type Pokemon. She begins with Glalie, and I lead with Adobo. Thanks to Adobo's attack EVs, his Brick Break deals heavy damage. Glalie sets up a Light Screen. The next Brick Break from Adobo finishes off Glalie. Glalie's ace, Walrein, is next. So I switch to Tinola, who withstands a Blizzard. A flinching slap from Tinola, followed by a powerful Grass Knot, takes out Walrein. Next, Glacia sends out Frostlass. I switch to Nilaga, who avoids a Blizzard. Nilaga uses Captivate to lower Frostlass's special attack, while Frostlass sets up Hail, increasing its evasiveness. A Surf from Nilaga nearly takes out Frostlass, but Glacia heals it with a full restore. After a mist and then a successful Surf, Nilaga overcomes confusion from Frostlass, Confuse Ray, with a Person Berry. Despite another full restore from Glacia, another Surf sending it to the red, Frostlass delivers another Confuse Ray, but it didn't phase Nilaga as one more Surf takes it out. Another Frostlass enters the fray, and I switch into Sinigang. Sinigang then tanks a Shadow Ball, and then demolishes Frostlass with a Rock Slide. Glacia's last Pokemon, another Glalie, is up next. I switch to Adobo, forgetting Freeze Dry's effectiveness against Water type. And Adobo gets frozen as well, but eats a Citrus Berry to regain some health. I then switch to Escabeche, who also gets frozen by Freeze Dry. Switching to Nilaga, who can better handle Freeze Dry, Nilaga uses Recover, while Glalie continues its assault. My attempt to use Captivate fails due to Glalie's gender, but Nilaga persists with Recover and strike back with Surf. Bringing Glalie's health to yellow, and another Surf from Nilaga secures our victory. The last of the Elite Four, the Dragon King himself, Drake and his Dragon types. Battle begins with Altaria and Sisig. Sisig can handle Altaria's Aerial Ace thanks to Intimidate. So Sisig sets up 5 Quiver Dances, then Sisig proceeds to sweep Drake's entire team with just Sisig alone. For the grand finale, we face the champion. The champion is none other than Steven Stone and his Steel-type Pokemon. Steven starts with Skarmory, and I lead with Nilaga. Nilaga's Surf reduces Skarmory to yellow health, and Skarmory sets up Spikes. Another Surf from Nilaga takes Skarmory down. Steven then sends out Cradily. Nilaga lands a critical hit super effective Ice Beam, but Cradily survives and uses Confuse Ray. Steven heals Cradily with the full restore, but Nilaga persists with another Ice Beam. Anticipating a Giga Drain, I switch to Sisig, who takes out Cradily with a Bug Buzz. Steven brings out Aggron. I don't know what happened to my head, but I kept Sisig in just to get destroyed by Aggron's Stone Edge.
You stupid!
I switch to Escabeche, whose Waterfall attack flinches Aggron. A second lucky High Roar Waterfall from Escabeche defeats Aggron. Steven sends out Claydol next. Claydol uses Reflect, and a Mist Mega Horn from Escabeche. Play-Doh's Earth Power hits, but Escabeche's super effective Mega Horn does decent damage. Another Earth Power from Play-Doh weakens Escabeche. But a Citrus Berry helped her recover a bit, and she sets up Aqua Ring. Play-Doh then uses Light Screen while we boost speed with Agility. Escabeche's Waterfall brings Play-Doh to the red health, but another Earth Power hits back. Steven heals Play-Doh fully, but with Reflect gone, our next Waterfall finishes it. Steven's next Pokemon, Armaldo, who takes heavy damage from Waterfall, but retaliates with X-Scissor. Another Waterfall from Escabeche knocks out Armaldo. Steven's final Pokemon is Ace Metagross. Steven unleashes its true form, Mega Metagross. Despite this, Escabeche is faster and flinches it with Waterfall. However, another Waterfall isn't enough, and Mega Metagross takes down Escabeche with a Zen Headbutt. For the finale, Sinigang steps into the battle. Sinigang transforms into the Blue Incredible Hulk, and he withstands a powerful Giga Impact from Mega Metagross. And Sinigang delivers a final stab super effective Earthquake, winning us the title of Pokemon Champion. And that, my friends, is how I beat a Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlocke Alpha Sapphire using only freshwater Pokemon. Subscribe for more Pokemon content.